What are we doing today?
We are having a little class on brows and contour.
And who's teaching it?
Oh my gosh, who am I? Am I Keisha or Day? Am I Keisha? No. Moi, Keisha. Follow me on Facebook, Keisha or Day.
Y'all, this is my mother in love. This is my granny in love.
Yes, granny in love trying to learn how to put up do these eyebrows.
So we're taking a class with my mother in love today. So we about to learn how to contour and all that. Cause y'all know I don't know how to do none of that.
I probably need to get
y'all. She dropped the beauty blender in the cup of wine. She dipped it in there. No, I'm just playing. She dropped it in there. We did it.
Give me some chicken. Hey. Hi. We had fun today.
We had a ball. Yes, it was fun.
Sparkle in the cut.
That's right, honey. Yeah.
That is so sweet.
Y'all, my contour hit or no for the first time.
That is gorgeous.
Girl, that
it is.
Girl,
it is. And she had, because I told her if I had looked at that blush, I would have said, I can't use that.
That's when she, because I went out.
Literally, I thought it was too light.
I thought it was going to be like a red. She's like, look at this blush. And I'm thinking,
look, I was looking at it. I thought this was too light. Like, I didn't know if it was going with my skin or not.
I said, all the colors.
I thought it was too, like,
but her makeup
but
today,
that's the one I have.
It blends with what she has on.
And so do yours. From the hair color.
I've had a ball.
The face.
This is so
to the shirt.
All right. You want to start one sandwich? But man, Sparky probably got me a, I don't know, Papa got me a Black Forest ham, let that over so good.
We can meet up down there and get sandwiches and then we can.
What's good, y'all? It's your girl Mies, and welcome back to Mainly Mies. And today we are doing a story time. I just literally came up with the idea to do that today, so that's what we're about to do while we do a look. So today's story time is going to be about my journey, I guess you could say, with endometriosis or being diagnosed with it. Because I literally didn't even know I had it until I ended up going to the ER. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that and we're gonna do a look. Okay, so this whole journey with endometriosis has been interesting to say the least, because a lot has really happened with it, I guess you could say. So back in December, I literally just got married in November 2019. December, like the second week of December came around. It was like the 16th or something like that. And I started having these pains. It was like the weekend. I don't even remember when exactly it started, but it was like a weekend. And I started having these pains in my stomach. And it was like cramps, but it was like, I don't know, it was on a whole nother level. It was like cramps, but it was like also a stomach ache at the same time, is what it sort of felt like. And I was in big pain. Like, I couldn't even stand up straight. So literally, I was in the bed the whole time. Like, all the days that I was off work, I was in the bed the whole time. And I was like crying and I was in pain. It was horrible. Couldn't even walk. So I was trying to save a trip to the ER by just going to the doctor on that Monday. But I called the doctor first to see if I could like get in really fast, and they were like, well, what's going on, da da da, X, Y, and Z. And so I told them like what was happening and the pain I was feeling, and they told me pretty much like, we think it's best if you go to the ER because we're gonna send you there anyway. So we got up that morning. We got up like right after that and went to the ER. Now, when we got there, wasn't really expecting much of anything. Like, I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't what happened. So we go or whatever, and we're in there, and they run all these tests. All the tests come back normal. Like, I wasn't pregnant. I wasn't even on my menstrual, like I wasn't even on my period or anything like that. And everything just came back normal, they said. And then they ended up doing like a scan or whatever. Like, I forget what that scan is called, CAT scan or something, to see what was going on, because it was like in my lower abdomen where the pain was. And they like saw a mass in there, but they weren't sure what it was. So then the ER doctor comes back and is like, before we even got the CAT scan results back, they did like an ultrasound. And the ultrasound was painful as heck. They just be pressing on your stomach any kind of way, and you're already in pain. And the person that was doing the ultrasound was like, well, if it's too much, like, I could stop, da 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 da. But in my head, I'm thinking, no, I want to know what's going on. So we about to keep doing this ultrasound, because this is too much pain to where I'm not about to just sit here and let this keep going on. So no, keep going. Got that done. Then they had to wait on the results from the CAT scan. And then at first, before the CAT scan results came back, the ER doctor comes in and was like, well, you should be gone here soon. Like, we're thinking it's just a cyst, and we can put you on something that, like, an antibiotic or something, like, or not even that. He just said, we can get rid of that, like, just with at-home treatments. Like, you don't need pretty much that was it. Like, I was about to get discharged from the ER. And then he got the CAT scan results back. I don't even know if that was the proper thing. But was it a CAT scan? It's where they put, like, the radiation stuff in you and they could see inside. And so we thought we was about to go home, okay? I think we was about to go to the movies that day and everything. Like, we had a whole day planned out because it was our off days. We about to go to the movies and just kick it or whatever. And so I'm like, all right, yeah, they finna give me something for this, and then I'm gonna be on my way. And then he comes back in and was like, well, we're actually concerned because there's no telling what that is, and it could be more than just a cyst or whatever. I don't even know. And they said it was, he didn't really even say that much to me. He was just like, it's concerning to just send you home, because if something were to happen, like, it would make it worse. Or like if it was to rupture or something like that, like, that would be bad for you. So I got admitted. They were like, we're gonna admit you. And I'm like sitting there like, we just looked at each other, because it was literally like 2 minutes. And then he comes back in and was like, yeah, we're gonna have to admit you. And I'm like, I've never been admitted to the hospital ever. in my life. So I was like, what do you mean? And I'm just sitting there like, man, I wanted to go to the movies. I was all salty. I was ready for the pain. The pain was kind of down because they had gave me pain medication, so it wasn't that bad. But it still sucked. And then I didn't even know what was going on. They were like, I'm like, okay, so I'm getting admitted, but I didn't know what else was gonna happen. Like, they just monitored me. I don't even know. So when I get there and they have the OBGYN come in, and he's telling me, well, we're concerned for this cyst and blah, 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 blah. And there's several ways that we could treat this, X, Y, and Z. He's talking about, he said the first way is for you to stay in here for basically several days under IV antibiotics and see if it goes away on its own. See if it goes away on its own. See if this cyst just goes away. And I'm like, absolutely not, because I don't even want to be here right now. So I'm not fitting to sit here for days with the IV in my arm, just like possibly be in pain because it's still there. And then he goes to the other options. He's like, or we can go in and remove it, go in to see what's going on in there, whatever. I can't say the word. Laparoscopically, I don't know. I'm gonna put the word right here and then y'all can say it however you want to say it, because I don't know how to say that word no matter how many times I try. So that's where they go in. They put like two incisions right here in your stomach, in your lower stomach, and they go in with these cameras and they look around and see what's going on. And then if they need to remove it, then they remove it through those holes. Well, there's 3 holes because there's one in your belly button too, then on the sides of your belly button. And anyway, they decided to go ahead and, well, they didn't decide. He said that I could do that surgery or see if radiation would want to drain it. Like, there's a possibility that it could come back if they just drain it. So that was definitely a no for me. And then they said that usually radiology won't do it anyways. So I was like, pretty much only have 2 options, and I'm not gonna go with the first one because I'm not sitting here, like I said. So surgery, and it got scheduled for the next day in the morning. So like I said, the plan was to go in there, like that L word again, and take that out. Well, they go in, I do the surgery, my mom's there, my husband's there, obviously, and they go in and do the surgery. Now, the thing about it is, when I woke up, it was a lot of pain, and I could tell that they didn't just put 3 tiny holes in my stomach. It was like definitely more than that going on. Apparently, they had a hard time getting the cyst out, which we found out was an endometrioma, which occurs from having endometriosis. And it was like super big, and they had a really hard time getting it out through the lap. That's what we're gonna call it, because that's what it's called for short anyways. They had a hard time getting it out through the lap. So they had to cut me, like, kind of like C-section style, I guess you could say. So that's why I was in pain when I woke up like that, because they literally cut me open. Like that, on my lower stomach, like, cut me open. And so I'm all in pain, everything, and I feel like they be acting so scandalous when you wake up from anesthesia. They don't be want to give you no water or nothing. Dang, I already had to starve for however long the day before. So of course I was salty because I asked that lady for some water and she gave me some ice. But I was also confused because I was like I'm in pain. She asked me if I was in pain or whatever, like on the scale, and I'm like, it's definitely a 10. And why, like, I knew I was cut open down there. I was like, they wasn't supposed to do this. Like, I was just so confused. And then she was like, well, the doctor will talk to you here shortly or whatever about what's going on. And I said, okie dokie. Well, the doctor comes in the little recovery or whatever area, sits on the edge of the bed and was like, asked me how I was, told him I was in pain, and he was like, yeah, we had to go in through your abdomen to get this cyst out, and it was an endometrioma. I can't even talk. Basically said I had endometriosis. He said I had endometriosis, and that's what was causing all the issues. But he was like, I'm sure you're kind of out of it, so you probably won't remember what I'm talking about. But we basically, the endometrioma like damaged my right fallopian tube and ovary, so they had to remove that too. And I didn't even know how to feel about that. I was like, what? Like, but I'm a woman though, like, I'm supposed to have that. Like, I need that for some things. Like, I need to get pregnant, like stuff like that. I'm thinking, because I just got married. So I'm just thinking all this stuff. I'm in pain, like, just all different stuff's going through my head. I'm in pain, like, absolutely not. This is not okay. And then they wheeled me back up to the room, which they had me in this tiny room. That's a whole nother story. But they had me in this tiny room. No windows. And I know y'all hear that dog barking. Unnecessary. For what? Bruh. Just loud for no reason. So anyways, they wheeled me back up there, and like my husband and my mom are just staring at me like, y'all was like this. Y'all was smiling, y'all was just like following me with your eyes as they wheeled the bed in. And then mom was like, how are you feeling? Da 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 da. Asking me not a whole bunch of questions, but asked me how I felt and everything. And I was like, I think I was crying?
You started to cry a little bit afterwards.
So a little bit after when I came in there, yeah. So I wheeled in there, and mom was asking me how I was doing, and then I started to cry a little bit because I was like, they took my ovary and my I cannot talk. They took my ovary and fallopian tube, and they both looked at me like, They looked at me like, how do you know that type deal? And my mom was just like, well, how do you feel about that? And I just shrugged because I really didn't know. Like, I'm sad. I think I'm sad. I don't know. I really don't know. Also, when you're waking up from anesthesia, like, you don't really know what's going on half the time anyways. So I was crying for a little bit, and then they were like telling me that the doctor told them that they would be able to tell me the news of my fallopian tube and ovary getting taken out. So then DJ was salty, and he's still mad about that. He does not really like the doctor. And he was like, my mom and him were like, what do you mean? You like, he said that he was gonna let us tell you that. So I don't know why he told you that. And I was like, well, I told them what he said, like how he thought I was gonna forget or whatever because of the anesthesia. And they were like, that doesn't matter. Like, he still shouldn't have told you. He told us. We were gonna tell you, be the ones to tell you that because, you know, whatever. Because of the significance of it. So, yeah, they were not happy. They were upset. So, I ended up staying in the hospital, obviously, because they have to observe me and the pain. And they told me, like, the next day I could go home whenever I want, as long as if the pain was managed or something like that. Which it was not managed, because y'all just cut me open. Like, I don't even know how women be going home after C-sections. I don't know how long it takes them to go home, but if it's short, I don't know how. Because, no. I was in pain. And then, I mean, my experience was, oof. Some of the days were whack. Like, there was a nurse that was ridiculous. Like, she literally watched me struggle to get out of the bed when I need to go to the restroom. Like, what are you here for if you're not gonna help me get out the bed? And that was the same day I was there by myself, because everybody had to work. So it was, I had like one horrible day. All the other nurses were pretty good. And yeah, so basically the doctor told me like, it could be harder for me to get pregnant. It doesn't necessarily mean that it will, but it could happen. And that basically like the side effects and all that of endometriosis. And then I was put on this, basically it was like a depot shot that's supposed to like help with the like calm down the endometriosis, called Lupron, and it was like causing like menopause effects. That's what it does, I guess. Which it definitely did, because your girl was having hot flashes and everything with that medicine. It was crazy. It was not it at all. And it was like a 3-month type thing. I literally only had it for the next 3 months, and I did not get back on. As part of my story, I feel it's important to let y'all know that I did go through a stint of depression. I did end up getting on medication for that, and the original medication caused me to have some very dark thoughts in regards to my life. So I feel like for the first time cutting with an actual base, like cutting the crease, it's not too bad. Not too bad. But where did I put the fan? In regards to my depression, I was able to pull through, get on appropriate medication, and I'm doing much better now. Please stay tuned to the end of this video. It could have been better because like this one's a little higher. It don't matter because we learning, right? It don't even matter. It don't matter because we're learning. Makeup a murder. These pigments are bright, but it's messy. But they sell it in this, the poison pigment bottle, but they also sell it in another container. It's easier to dip in, but the other one was sold out, so I had to get this. But it's cool. It's gonna work. It's gonna be fine. This is supposed to be like a coral red, but this literally looks, this is like orange when you put it on. I think I'm gonna go back in my corners with it because I think that would be cute. Now that look kind of fire. Hold on. Alright, I'm back with my face on, kinda, sorta, not complete. And just hitting the contour. We're doing eyeliner last because that's the best part. Save the best for last. Well, not last, but using the NARS. Just playing, y'all. Not even mad at it. It is what it is. I mean, I tried and I got what I got. Now I'm gonna use my Anastasia Norvina, and it's my first time using it, so I'm super excited about it. I've been wanting these for a minute, and this is what it looks like. Water activated liners. Obsessed. This is what the pink looks like. And we're gonna use the green art brush to try to do.
You love it, so that you don't like have to splice somebody up.
No, I didn't.
Big head. Jameis got a massive head. Say what? Jameis got a massive head.
No, I don't. So be quiet.
Jameis got an integral forehead.
Dedrick, do you want to show them your head?
I'm naked. So you want to show them I'm naked?
You're not even naked, so
I'm
stop
naked.
lying. You're not.
Janice got a big old head.
Cause it looks like my lips are just floating in the middle of my face.
Let me see. Nah, I can't see. Like, yeah. Or what you could have did is just like put it not on your whole lip and then drug it up with lip gloss.
Okay.
And just like
Should I still put lip gloss?
start it right in this area and then drug it out with the lip gloss.
So in the middle and then lip gloss on the outside.
Just allow the lip gloss to streak it, basically. If that makes sense.
Do y'all see this?
What, me teaching you?
No.
Yeah.
I'm saying, do y'all see this lipstick? Okay, babe, this might be a look.
With the lip gloss?
Look.
I know you welcome. Can I get my production credit?
Shout out to my husband. Shout out to him, because my lips is on point. Wow, babe. The lips is on fleek. We're serving looks. But thank you all for tuning in to this story time / random makeup look. Go like, comment, subscribe, share, run it up, because we are on the move for 100 subscribers.
300.
100 by the end of August.
300.
DJ says 300. So run it up. Share. Like.
You got
Share.
it. You got it.
But yes, honey. Go run it up. Go run it up. Like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever. But thank you for listening to my story time. And what's good, y'all? It's your girl, Mace. I just wanted to come in on the end of this video and just kind of, shed some light on depression. I know it is very common, and not everybody deals with it the same or has the same, I guess, deals with the same thing when they're going through it. So I just wanted to let y'all know that you're not alone. If you ever need anybody to talk to, I got you. There's definitely places that you can get help, and there are resources everywhere. I will put some things down below for that and your resources, counseling, hotlines, all types of stuff like that. And I'm also going to put some Bible verses down below that have helped me, and other things that I have done as well. I'm also going to link a sermon down below from my church that helped me get through as well. So just stay tuned for that. Just remember, you're not alone. There's so many resources. There's so much help. And, if you ever need anybody to talk to, I got you. So just wanted to add on to that. But once again, thanks for tuning in. And thanks for the support. Love, peace, and chicken grease.